Hello, hello. Welcome to my first podcast. It's Blossom. And today I want to talk about something that really changed my life, an epiphany, a realization, a truth that really changed my life. And that was understanding that the same way that trauma can show up in a romantic relationship, it can also show up in a platonic friendship. Okay. And personally, like growing up, I would struggle with having female friends. And I used to think like I was the problem. Maybe I was too sensitive. Maybe I, just took things the wrong way too much. But none of that was it. None of that was it. This is one thing that I've learned. Like when I look back at a lot of my female friendships, they did not have good relationships with their mother or good relationships with the women in their families, period. It was a lot of competition. It was a lot of jealousy. It was a lot of miscommunication. It was a lot of resentment. So them feeling those emotions, that was also stirred up in the friendship. And when I realized that, I was like, wow, like it was super healing. Okay. Like super healing because for the longest, I kept blaming myself and wondering why, like, why do I keep meeting these types of female friends? And the female friends that I would meet, they were like demanding, competitive. They thought they were superior to me. And then I started realizing, like, okay, I don't even have a good relationship with my mother or the women in my family. So I'm just participating in the cycle the same way they are. So when I realized that, I started to remove myself from certain friendships because I know that I deserve better. And I really love having female friends. Like I love having that sisterhood and that bond because you know, I just love that. And I'm all for sisterhood and all for connecting and building, but it's been difficult to find female friends with those same morals and values and mindsets because a lot of times now it's a lot of competition. It's a lot of, I don't want to be her friend if she looks that good, or you know what I'm saying? Just stuff like that, and it's really dealing with the childhood trauma because if you don't see women as safe, if you don't see women as good people, if you don't see women as nurturing, you're going to go and project that onto other people. And I find that I've had a lot of friends project like whatever they were going through with their mother or women in their family onto me. And I don't come into friendships trying to be fake, trying to compete, none of that. I really am genuine because I'm giving you the benefit of the doubt from the beginning. Okay. And I feel like I just dealt with a lot of female friends that felt suspicious, that felt like, I just feel like what's the point of being in a friendship if you feel all these things? But they felt all those things because those were those same emotions that came up from the relationship they had with their mother or just the relationship that they had with the women in their family in general. Like that's so real. Like a lot of things really do stem from our childhood, and our society doesn't make friendships as important as romantic relationships because they are just as important, because you have to have a friendship with the person that you're dating. Okay, you have to have that friendship, and the same thing applies with everything because even when you're in a family, you have a connection, you have a friendship. You're not necessarily friends, but you know what I'm saying, you have that bond, that connection. And a lot of people just don't know how to do that. And that's what I'm realizing. A lot of people don't know how to be a friend because they didn't have that model to them. They didn't have women in their family teaching them sisterhood, teaching them to stick together with other women and build them up together. They didn't have that. They had you better, or you better, she's not better than you. You need to dress like this. You need to dress like that. Like a lot of putting stuff in your ear that you need to be better than the next woman or high above or else, and that's not even true. A lot of that stems from patriarchy, misogyny, sexism, all of that. And when I realized like that was the root cause of why my friendships kept failing, the female friendships I had, it really helped me stop blaming myself because I've never really been a bad friend to anybody. I can admit that in the past, I did take things way too personal. And I feel like in the past, like I could have articulated things better. because I used to try to spare people's feelings and not say like what I really wanted to say. And I realized how that caused issues, in friendships. But other than that, like I've been a really good friend. You know what I'm saying? Really good communicator, really good listener. I mean, I've grown in my communications, but even then, even when I didn't articulate everything, I was still a good communicator. I was still a respectful communicator. And I had a lot of female friends that were a little bit more aggressive than I was. And I felt like my gentle nature was abused. And that's why, like, now I'm really defensive. And I find myself like, wow, I used to be so soft and so open. But because of all these betrayals and because I had my heart broken so much, and yes, you can get your heart broken by friendships. I don't know why people believe that you can only get your heart broken by romantic relationship. Like, no, you can get your heart broken by female friendships or just friendships in general. And it really broke my heart. And you can get traumatized from these relationships as well. And that is what took place because when it comes to a friendship, like I really give you the benefit of the doubt and I really try to build with you, connect with you, get to know how you want to be loved, know how you want to be treated. Like I really take my friendships that serious because I want you in my life. Like I'm not going to be your friend just to pass time because life is too short. I've lost so many family members, you know what I'm saying? And I just see how, you know, things can change in an instant. So why would I spend my life around people who don't value me? Because that's a waste of time. I no longer want to waste time in my life. So that's something that I realized and something that I really wanted to put out there because I feel like this is really something that is not discussed. This should be discussed, because friendships are just as important as romantic relationships. Sometimes a friendship can last way longer than a romantic relationship, and it's important. But I feel like, you know, many people just don't know how to be a friend. They didn't get that modeled to them. All they see is women against each other instead of women coming together. So that's really all I have to say. And if you resonate with this, give me a thumbs up. Please like, comment, and subscribe. And feel free to share your stories in the comments. Like, let me know, how your female friendships went, the things you went through, and how you've overcome and healed from it, or if you're still healing from it, because I'm with you. I'm still healing from it. But we're gonna heal from it together. Thank you for listening. Peace.